It's the NFL on EA Sports, and if it's in the game, it's in the game.
Hold on tight. We're in for an exciting one.
And it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us in the Hoosier State at Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen. Greg, this is one that the defensive coordinators have had a long week because these quarterbacks, you can prepare for them, but because of their legs, you never know what they're going to do.
Man, when the play breaks down, I think that's where the real fun begins. I mean, it is just so hard. You mentioned it. These defensive coordinators, they spend all week, and every time the ball is snapped, you really have to defend two plays. And what I mean is you defend the initial play that is called by the offense in the huddle, and then you also have to defend the scramble play, the breakdown, the improv. That's what makes these quarterbacks so dangerous, and it just takes one breakdown defensively for a big play, and it's 6.
DJ Dallas now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. And here is Kyler Murray, the #1 overall pick in 2019 to lead them.
I just love watching Kyler Murray play quarterback, Mike, because it just reminds you that they come in all shapes and sizes. I mean, to be this small, but this fast and have that much arm talent, you just don't see that combination very often, let alone in the NFL. But we are now more than a year removed from that knee injury. I think he's ready to prove that he was worth that #1 overall pick just a few seasons ago, and he considers himself one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL now that he's fully healthy again.
And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
Good decision by the quarterback. In this situation, all you're looking to do is have a positive play. He decides to pull it, and that's exactly what he's able to do.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. First carry for James Conner. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
On 3rd down, Murray. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life, his speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Here's Conner. He'll get this down to the 44, but that's about it. Here's a 2nd and 9. They go play action now. Murray. Pass right side. That's Ryman. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Back to throw is Murray. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So on 4th down, it's Blake Gillikin to punt for Arizona. Anthony Gould deep for Indy. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Colts offense going to take the field here for the first time. They're led by their man at quarterback out of the University of Florida. It's Anthony Richardson.
Mike, when you look around the league, there's just not a lot of quarterbacks that look and can play to the style of Anthony Richardson. He can make every throw on the field. He's big. He can run for power, run with speed. As he continues to iron out some of those flaws from coming out of college, he lost his rookie season to injury. Here in year two, I wouldn't be shocked by year end if he's a household name.
On the ground for the first time, here comes Jonathan Taylor. And he'll mark him down up beyond the 30.
Well, we knew coming into this one, Mike, that we were going to see a lot of this guy, and we knew we'd see a lot of him early. And if that first play is any indication of the rest of this game, this defense is going to have their hands full containing him.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. From the gun, Richardson. He's got a man. That's Josh Downs. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Richardson will give it to Taylor. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
Now it's Richardson. He'll keep it, and maybe the quarterback should have given that one away. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
Well, nothing doing here, Mike. And the key to stopping that on defense is you have to get them before they have a chance to get going. And that's exactly what they're able to do here. No gain, forced to 4th down.
So, on 4th down, the Colts send out Rigoberto Sanchez to punt. And on the return for the Cardinals, it's Greg Dortch. And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Start this drive on the ground, and it's Connor. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. He keeps it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
2nd and a yard. Murray with a give to Connor. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the 1st down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
2 first downs, and they are at the 46 now. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Murray. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
17 yards, the gain there. It's an Arizona first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. McBride is the motion man. Connor from out of the pistol. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Murray. Pass complete there to Harrison. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Murray going to fire this one out to Harrison. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. We'll come back to Indianapolis in a moment. Looking to keep a promising drive alive. It is 3rd and a yard. We'll try and run for this with Connor. He stopped at the 11, but that is enough. A first down picked up as they are getting close.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Connor. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They'll go right back to Connor. And he will get into the end zone. James Conner. Touchdown, Cardinals.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Chad Ryland now for the extra point. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts offense ready to take over for their second possession. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. On first down, they'll start with Taylor. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. Out of the shotgun, Richardson.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
From the gun on third down, Richardson. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Just a great individual effort, and when you have a guy that can win his one-on-one matchups, now it becomes less about who's blocking him and how do we block him. Expect the offense to make some adjustments because right now, one-on-one, this defender is going to win every time.
Here's Rigoberto Sanchez now as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Cardinals offense and their veteran running back James Conner set to take over again. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0. As they begin with a 1st and 10. Running here is Conner. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll go again here to Conner. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Murray on third down. That ball caught. It's Zay Jones. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
Here's 1st and 10. This is a give to Connor, running right. He looks forward for maybe a yard. He's tackled there by Quiddy Pay. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Murray. That'll be taken in by Connor. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Murray. He's got his man. It's Harrison. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Murray now on 2nd down. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Connor. And yes, that'll get it. 1st down, marked at the 30. A good run will keep this drive going. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. On 1st down, Murray gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. On the handoff, it's Connor. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Two minutes remaining. 1st half in a 7-0 game. We'll come back to Indianapolis after this. Murray from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average. And frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Ryland's kick is good. And the Cardinals going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the 1st half.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So Ryland now, following the made field goal, Back out to kick this one away. This returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over once more. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Richardson. He's got a receiver. That's Michael Pittman. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. On 2nd down, Richardson. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop. We'll talk things over before 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's a run by Taylor. And he'll be taken down around the 29-yard line. Now a timeout charge to Arizona. That is their 2nd, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming. Here's their punter now, as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early, and they'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Now a 2nd down throw for Murray. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a 1st down.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points. But either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points.
That'll be caught along the sideline. Good work there.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
To throw again is Murray. We'll go right back to Harrison. He's got him again. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing again is Murray. That is hauled in at the 5. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Chad Ryland on now for the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cardinals going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. To throw, it's Richardson. Here's a deep shot for Pierce. And that is hauled in on the right sideline. Right inside the chalk. A heck of a catch.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports Halftime Report. We watched the veteran James Conner put together a very solid first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. These two teams ready for the second half, and so are we. So let's get you back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Colts offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. They find themselves down 13-0 here. As they try to get things started offensively, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, Richardson. Going over the middle and taken in by Pittman. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
To the tight end, and he fits it in on the corner route. And he will score. Touchdown, Colts. What a luxury to have in an offense, a tight end who can take it down the field like that and take it the distance. Shades of Greg Olsen back in the day.
Well, I appreciate that, Mike, but I think it's clear by now that we all know what's the most impactful position on offense. It's the tight end. And when you have a guy like this who can not only make those difficult catches underneath, but who can get down the field for these big plays, man, you got yourselves a weapon.
The extra point try forthcoming. He knocks it through. And the Colts are on the board. It's now 13-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes DJ Dallas on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's Marvin Harrison Jr. and the Cardinal offense heading back out onto the field. And he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the third quarter. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Throwing Murray. Along the sideline, a nice catch. The feet in. It's a short gain, but it'll move the chains. A first down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
On the give, this is Connor. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Out of the gun, and they'll run it with Connor. Good running there, getting close to midfield. Let's mark him there. And a first down.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
An unbalanced look to the left here on first down. Here's Murray to throw. That's caught by Harrison right side. Here's a 2nd and 6. On the ground, it's Connor. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half, and he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
That's to the right side. Caught by McBride. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll run it here, and it's Connor. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. Come a little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Connor. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. Now it's Murray. He's got his big tight end, Trey McBride. Touchdown, Arizona. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
And he'll get into the end zone, doing it on his own. Successful 2-point conversion.
There was no hesitation from this offense. Immediately after they scored that touchdown, the entire sideline was holding up 2 fingers. They knew exactly what play they wanted. They felt great about it coming into the game, and clearly the right choice.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Colts offense ready to take over once more. They try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. Now he'll run. A gain of 14. Good for a quick 1st down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. He'll take a deep shot for downs. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
You just can't defend a pass much better than that, Mike. And the way they teach these defenders is attack the receiver's hand with your hands. That's the catch point that you want to disrupt, and makes a really nice play on the ball, and he's able to knock it out of bounds.
Richardson operating from the pistol. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these 2 guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback, but the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Again, they target Pittman. He's got another catch. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. Trying the left side and caught by Pittman. He is in. Michael Pittman. Touchdown, Indy. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Now, the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Colts draw closer here. It's 21-14. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. To return is Greg Dortch. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Cards offense and their running back set to go once more. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Murray. And that is incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. Got a man downfield. It's Wilson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. That one is complete to McBride.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. On the zone read, given to Connor. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
And he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. To throw is Murray. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on third, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion, fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give him another shot. That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line.
Give credit to this defense, Mike. Their back's against the wall, and they're standing tall so far. Nothing on those first 2 runs. We'll see what the offense has in store now as they bring up third down.
3rd and goal. Working out of the gun, Murray. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Kyler Murray. Touchdown, Cardinals. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Now Ryland for the extra point. He's got it, and the Cardinals have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game. Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. The return starts from the 5. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson getting ready for their next drive. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Richardson going to look to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
One of those plays where you like the idea, you just don't like the execution. I didn't feel the quarterback was overly comfortable in the pocket. Footwork, a little bit sloppy. All of a sudden now the pass is a little less accurate and an opportunity for a big shot. You end up falling short.
A 2nd down throw for Richardson. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down, and it's an incompletion.
Well, that's 2 straight plays now where this secondary has won their matchup, and right now the offense needs to find some plays that just call for easy completions. Get your wide receivers in space. Allow them to run after the catch, because right now these downfield passes, the defense is all over them.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. Call it a gain of 13. That's good for a Colts 1st down.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the two needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the fourth quarter.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Here's Richardson. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
That screen goes for 12, and that's a first down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
On 1st and 10, here's Richardson.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the gun, Richardson. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Richardson. He'll keep it. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This defense has had their share of troubles trying to contain this quarterback today, Mike. This time they go to the zone read. The defender goes after the running back, and the quarterback pulls it, keeps it himself, and has a huge gain for a 1st down.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he will score! Game on! Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
A try here for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Colts are back to within 7. It's 28-21. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. Dortch now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Connor. Not much there. maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Power run inside. Here's Connor. And he will pick it up. Let's give him a first down up to the 37-yard line. They'll run out of the gun, and this is Connor. And not a whole lot going to come from that one. Only to about the 39. Second down and 8. They'll go right back to Connor. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Here now, 3rd and 5. They'll run with Connor. So, right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go. The Cardinals lining up for a punt. They'll punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. They'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's caught inside by Pittman on the slant. They'll come up now for 2nd down. Looking to throw. Richardson. Here's a ball thrown deep, right sideline. That's caught! And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
What can I say, Mike? Good things happen when you get the ball to your tight end, but in all seriousness, think about what this guy has to handle in the passing game. Not only to be the possession guy, convert first downs underneath, but then have the ability to be the matchup to get downfield and be vertical in the passing game. There's not a lot of tight ends around the league that can do both, and when you have them, I don't blame the quarterback for looking his way.
Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 17-yard line. Now, on 2nd and long. Here's Richardson. That is caught. And it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within 1, and a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. We are in the final minute of what is now a tie game as we are set for the kickoff. Dortch now to return it. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive that starts with first down. Out of the gun, it's Murray. A throw on the move is caught. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. That'll be taken in by Connor. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. On the return, it's Dallas. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle, Connor. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again here to Connor. He'll get about 3. And that's going to lead to third down. Third down, 3 to go. He'll try and run for this with Connor. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
The Cardinals line up for a punt. And he's on for a big one here in overtime. On the return is Gould. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The home team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. Now a first throw here in overtime. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
From the gun on third down, Richardson. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
The Colts about set to punt, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. On the return, it's Dortch. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Cardinals offense ready for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Now Connor. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Here's Murray. That's left side, and that's the tight end, McBride. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Going to work Connor in the middle here. And he'll have the 1st down. He'll get him up around the 37.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Running here is Connor. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Second down and 3. Here's Connor. And he's going to pick up the first down across midfield and down at the 49. Now Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Here's 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Murray. He's got his man, complete to Wilson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
On the handoff, it's Connor. He'll work his way only to the 23. On second down, here's a run with Connor. And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
So out is Chad Ryland in a big spot here. This one to win it in overtime. Timeout, Indianapolis. That is their second. So out is Chad Ryland in a big spot here. This one he's gotta have. This kick is good. He got it. It took overtime, but they will walk off the field with the victory. So it's a win for the visitors, the Cardinals. This was a close-fought game. They were able to get themselves into field goal range here in OT. The final kick sailed through the uprights to finally close out this victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.